Hello, everyone. I am Gander of VATOCLAN, and I'm very excited to interview the Machine. Machine, is this your first time in Vegas?
Actually, it's the second time. I went to CES in January, like a couple months ago. But it's the first time being in Vegas with people that I can party with around my age. So it's basically my first time in Vegas.
It's the first official with the stamp and everything, right?
Yes, exactly.
And this is IPL4. You were also at IPL3. How does this event compare in the line of IPLs?
Well, honestly, after IPL 3, I honestly couldn't really believe it could get any better, but then they proved me wrong once again. This event's just been amazing so far. Awesome venue. Just love this place. Great turnout, great games, and just amazing players. It doesn't really get better than this.
The games have been awesome. I've watched a couple of them on the main. I've come back here and watched a couple of them. And there was actually one of your series that I wanted to talk about in particular. You played against Dimaga, and that was a 2-1.
Yeah.
And when I saw you had to play Dimaga, I'm like, oh, this is going to be, I don't know what to think about this. And me and my friends, we sat and we watched it, and we ping-ponged between the two sides of the game. Can you give us a recap of that series?
Yeah, sure. First series, I sort of threw out a new style that I've been kind of testing, where you're basically going like heavy ling upgrades into infestors, and then transition to very quick ultralists. So once you hit that like ultra timing with infestors, it's obviously like a very hard push to stop, and you can actually survive like all the roach timings with a good amount of spines, infestors, and early upgrade lings, because once they get an armor upgrade, they're not going to die to banelings. But he hit me at a good time. I didn't quite have enough spines to deal with his push, and he kind of just crushed me the first game. Second game, we picked Antigua, and I opted to go a 14 pool opening. I wanted to play it safe. I knew I was down 0-1, but I actually felt I could beat Dimaga, and so I just wanted to play it safe. Don't like risk a hatch first opening and have him do something like a 4 pool and get defeated. And sure enough, he did a 6 pool or a 9 pool, pulled all his drones, attacked, and I kind of had pretty flawless micro. I hate to say it, but I microed the engagement extremely well, had good positioning, and was very easily able to fend off his timing. So, and it went straight to game 3. Game 3, I just kind of kept a level head, didn't really try to take any cheeky advantages, played straight into a macro game. He hit me with a very early slow roach timing that I was able to fend off. Took a bit of damage, but I'd say we kind of evened out after the engagement. And then I just kind of played my standard macro style, grabbed an early 4th to put a lot of passive pressure on him, and then transitioned to roach infestor hydra with better upgrades. And because I was able to grab such an early 4th, he felt like he had to go ahead and pressure it. He did. I caught him at a very bad positioning for himself, had better composition with my Hydralists, so they had extremely high DPS compared to his units. Was able to go ahead, smash his push, and then just kind of rally to his base and crush him and end the game pretty quickly. So I was pretty happy with it.
Yeah, that was a really exciting series, especially the way the first 2 games kind of seemed like it was the standard ZVZ, quick and simple. But that third game was really exciting. Had you played Dimaga in any event prior to this one, or was this your first time that you played against him?
I think we played some back during beta. We've always been pretty competitive, pretty back and forth, I'd say around 50-50. But now I'd have to admit he was definitely the favorite. And so I was pretty happy to go ahead and prove that I can bang with some of the best of the zergs in Europe. I was pretty happy with my performance pretty much.
That was a really exciting series. I look forward to hopefully people being able to get their hands on the replays from that. Now, you mentioned this being your first kind of official trip to Vegas to do things. Did you have any plans for things to do when you got here? I mean, Vegas is a pretty big city. It's like, what's on the to-do list other than all the obvious ones?
Well, obviously partying at some point, but actually, believe it or not, I've never really been to an extremely fancy dinner. And so one thing that Greg actually kind of got me started on is he came here with the intentions of spending like a pretty good amount of money on a pretty good meal. So we've been looking around for restaurants, and I think later tonight we're going to have just like a good meal at some restaurant, and then maybe go, I don't know, find a hotel party or something. I'm not really sure. Maybe tomorrow, though, towards the night, just kind of checking out the strip, seeing what's about, because this is honestly like my first time with all my friends here, so it'll be pretty fun.
Excellent. Now, one of the things that has been asked once or twice by fans of yours, and well, maybe fans of EG on the whole, is you guys are kind of known for going to the gym, working out, being able to lift, and things like that. Have the numbers changed? The last numbers that I remember was In Control was at, I believe, 400. Greg was at 200, and you were at, I think, 255.
Yeah.
Have those numbers gone up?
They've actually gone down. We've been spending way more time practicing StarCraft 2 and not really hitting the gym as much. I'm about the same. I'd say I think I'm still benching around 255. Greg's down, and Jeff is way down, actually. He's just been focusing purely on StarCraft 2 at the moment. So, yeah, not really getting up in the gym numbers, but I can say I've lost some weight, and that was one of my goals. I'm trying to lose some weight and get a little bit more cut, and I've definitely been doing that. So, yeah.
So in the game against the gym, you guys are tied 1-1 now.
Yeah, we're tied 1-1. Hopefully we can take this with a 2-1 victory here soon.
Is it extended series? Do you guys have a previous history with gyms?
No, we're a bunch of nerds. We have no previous history with gyms.
All right. Well, then we're not gonna have to worry about that crazy, Game 7 with the gym having a 2-game lead or anything like that. Another question that I'm surprised I haven't asked yet that I like asking a lot of people is, what is the origin of your ID, Machine? And more particularly, Machine USA versus just Machine, because I see that as your Twitter handle. I've seen that as your handle elsewhere, whereas it's just Machine for StarCraft.
Yeah. Well, first off, just Machine. Believe it or not, my dad used to own a machine shop, and so like back when I was like intending on becoming like a pro gamer for Brood War, I was like, I don't want to have some like silly handle like, I don't know, backhoe or something. Like a bunch of the Koreans had just terrible names, and so I was trying to think of like just a simple word that felt like strong and really kind of emulated me and my play style, and Machine's kind of what I came up with. It was I love the handle. It seems like a lot of other people like the handle. And as far as like Machine USA, you wouldn't believe, like, as far as like on my stream and everything, like Machine is taken for everything. Like someone has the handle Machine. So like instead of just being like EG Machine, if in case I ever end up leaving the team or something, like I just pick Machine USA because USA is just a tag I can throw on there because I'm from the USA. So no real meaning there. Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that's a really safe way to play it. At least you didn't do the thing like, XX Machine, XX14987,
like
alternating caps or something like that. You know what? Your name doesn't have any alternating caps. Why no alternating caps? That seems to be like a thing.
I'm too cool for that, man. Honestly. I am. I can't help it.
This guy doesn't need extra capital letters to draw attention to himself. Any shout-outs, any thank yous? Anybody want to say hi to?
Obviously, I want to shout out to my fans. I love you guys. Keep following me. I'm hopefully going to do some big things here in 2012. I'd like to shout out to my sponsors: Intel, Kingston, Steel Series, Monster Energy Drink, InWin, Sapphire, Intel Extreme Motherboards, Six Pool Gaming. Do I get them all? Beyond Gaming, and yeah, that's everyone. Sweet.
Bonus round, because I totally forgot I was going to ask this one. What is the commercial shoot for Kingston like? I've always wondered, is that like a whole day thing? Is there like rehearsals? Do you get a script beforehand?
It was a whole day thing, and I got like a tiny script beforehand, but a lot of what we did was actually impromptu. Like all the head tilts and everything, that was just kind of something I added and the director let me add, and I was happy with that. And as far as the shooting itself, yeah, it took a whole day. Flew in like at 8 a.m. or something like ridiculously early, flew out at like 8 p.m. But yeah, getting to work with those actors, those guys are hilarious actually to work with behind the scenes. Every single one of them, I had just one of the best times of my life, just honestly shooting a commercial for like a whole day. And hopefully I'll get to do that again here soon. Yeah.
All right, cool. That's all I got for you. Thanks for the Machine. It's always great talking to you.
Hey, thank you very much, man. Take care.